Rana. I use an integrative approach of therapeutic yoga with Reiki and energy healing, as well as somatic body work and meditation to help people through a challenging time, whether that be death as an end-of-life doula, or whether that be a health crisis as I serve as an integrative care doula, or even someone who is wanting to heal from various forms of trauma or life challenge, even spiritual awakenings. So I just wanted to introduce myself in that way so that you can kind of understand what it is that we're doing today. Exactly what we're doing today will be a 30-minute yoga for anxiety. So during these times, it's really important that we tune in to our state of calm. Sometimes it can be a little harder to find than others. So hopefully we can get a little something out of this today as we move our bodies to help relieve tension, work with our breath to calm our nervous system, and then also tune into how our bodies are manifesting our emotional state, how our bodies respond to our mental state. So let's just get started in a comfortable seat. I would recommend, I have a blanket here, so if you have a blanket or a pillow that you'd like to take a seat on, I would recommend taking a seat on that. You can sit cross-legged. If that's not comfortable for you for any reason, you can always take a seat on your heels and find your comfortable seat this way. So just taking a moment to soften into the body. And as I say soften, that does not necessarily mean collapse, right? So we want to keep a nice, tall, relaxed spine, soft joints, soft elbows, soft wrists, soft neck. Relaxing the palms down on the thighs, either facing up or down, whatever comes first for you. And see if you can just allow your lower back, your two sit bones, to relax into the earth another 2 to 3 more inches. Ungripping the pelvic floor as you soften the glutes. Softening the inner thighs all the way down to the calves and toes. Just allowing the whole lower half of your body to surrender and soften into the ground. As we're tuning into the lower body, that is from the waist down into the feet and then its connection to the ground underneath you, we'll also simultaneously tuning into the breath. So allowing the breath to be just as it is, without any need to change it or fix it in this moment. Just allowing yourself to be as you are. Wherever you are mentally, wherever you are emotionally or physically, whether that be a challenging space or a positive space. Just settling into a sense of acceptance for your experience of this present moment. However you're experiencing it. And as we settle into this place of acceptance, we also settle into this natural movement of breath without any manipulation of the breath at this time on our part. So just watching the breath, noticing how the breath manifests itself through the body. Noticing if you feel satisfied as you exhale. Does it feel like a relief, or is there anything left to let go of? Noticing your upper limit as you inhale. So when we hit the peak of that inhale, are we able to expand or or take in a little bit more oxygen at the peak. And then exhaling. When we get to the bottom of that exhale, are we able to release and let go of a little more? So as you're experimenting with your own breath, with expanding gently the inhale and lengthening gently your exhale, we do this with a lot of patience for ourselves. We do this from a place of allowing rather than force. We do this from a place of surrender. And so we'll bring one of our palms to the lower belly and another palm. You let yourself kind of feel into where it feels good for you. So you can come into the upper belly or you can come into the heart. For me, I need the lower and upper belly today. So as we bring our own touch to a specific area of the body, we're drawing our energy, we're drawing our awareness into this space. And so as you draw your awareness into this space, start to notice how the breath is manifesting itself there. Does it feel restricted? Does it feel open? Are we holding back? Is there any tightness? So maybe allowing the lower belly, allowing the heart to gently expand out as you inhale, gently drawing in towards itself on exhale. If the palms want to move throughout various spaces of the body, you're welcome to do that. So you want to feel a sense of fluidity just as your breath is fluid. Soften through the fingers, soften the palms of the hands, and see if you can allow the palms to separate from the body maybe a centimeter or two. So you're barely grazing your clothes, or barely grazing your skin. And see if you can tune into what this feels like, the consistency of this touch. Tuning into the subtleties of your breathing and your subtle body, your energy, the life force that manifests itself through your physicality. Perhaps you feel a pulsation through the palms or a warmth, maybe a tingling. There's no right or wrong way or thing to feel, but just tuning into the subtlety. Starting to move your palms a little bit more throughout the body. Maybe you go down into the hips, into the hip bones. Maybe you slide the palms down the legs onto the knees with some light pressure. Knees all the way down to the calves and into the feet. And then just shake your palms out. Okay. So as we inhale, we'll take a deep in-breath as we reach arms all the way out and up. Lifting up through the heart, lifting up through the chin, softening through the shoulders. Exhale as we draw elbows in towards your rib cage. Drop the chin to the chest and release the exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, reach up as you gaze up, lifting the heart, opening the chin, lifting, reaching for that ceiling or the sky. Exhale as you draw it in, elbows squeeze in as the chin drops down. We're going to go through about 5 to 6 more rounds. So inhaling, reaching up as you gaze up. Exhale out of the mouth as you release it down. So keep in mind, as you're squeezing those elbows in, you're arching through the upper back. Deep in breath. And exhale, draw it in. Just a few more. Allowing yourself to ride the waves of your own breath. find your own rhythm. Your rhythm might be a little different than mine. Just sinking movement to breath. Inhale, you lift and expand. Expand a little more, expand a little more, expand the breath, expand the body. Exhale, release. And when you feel satisfied, we'll relax the palms down on the knees, slowly rolling the shoulders up, down, and back a few times. Perhaps you'd like to roll your head from side to side, releasing the neck. I'm a big believer in free movement, so allowing this a few times throughout our practice to be times of free movement, which means free movement is unstructured. It's moving into your body in a way that feels good, that helps you to release tension. It helps you to kind of tune into your specific areas that just want some attention, want some breath, want some movement and release. So we'll take a deep in breath as we reach arms all the way out and up once again. Exhale, we'll do a gentle twist to the left. So bringing the right palm to the outside of the thigh. Left palm grazes the floor behind you. It's not as much about the depth of this twist as it is about the length of the spine. So pulling up from the crown of the head as you draw the shoulder blades together. And we'll gaze over that back shoulder. So finding some cleansing, purifying breaths through the belly as you feel the belly expanding out on in-breath and then gently drawing in on exhale. Noticing if your inner thighs are too engaged. So noticing where you feel uncomfortable or where you feel resistant in this pose, and then trying to soften that resistance, replacing it with breath, replacing it with strength. Inhale, we'll rotate back through to center. Exhaling, we'll twist to the right. So although this pose might be quote unquote easy, right? It still can be a very deep pose as we deepen the breath, as we deepen our consciousness and our awareness into the body and into the breath, into where we feel challenged or resistance or unease. So those places of unease or of resistance are the very places that want presence, that want attention. So allow yourself to ride that out, to soften into it. Most of the time, the resistance is in our mind. And so a way to work with that is to watch the mind want to move from this space here and now. And then just gently bring it back into sensation of the body, back into sensation of the breath. Inhale your way back through to center. Okay, so twist can be very detoxifying. It helps to bring lots of energy and oxygen into our vital organs and squeeze out the toxins, the CO2, whatever it is that our physical body as well as our energy body is needing to let go of and needing to release. So from here, we're going to open the legs out to a V shape. So don't worry about how wide your legs go. It could be a very narrow V. But just making sure that the toes face the sky, softening the knees. I always like to take a seat on a pillow or a blanket here to help the hips rotate forward just a little bit. And so you're probably already feeling this through the inner thighs. Allow yourself to feel this for a moment. Lift up through the belly, lift up through the heart, lift up even through the crown of the head as you soften the shoulders. And from here, we'll reach that left arm all the way up towards the sky, maybe gazing over that left shoulder. And as we exhale, we'll slide over that right leg. So maybe that right arm starts to slide. This does not have to be exaggerated. This can be a few inches. Making sure that your shoulders are soft and the neck is soft so you can gaze up or gaze down. Either way, we're breathing into this whole left side rib cage and body. Allow yourself to soften, soften, soften into this pose as you breathe. Breathing space and life into the space between your ribs. Just like you're blowing up a balloon on in-breath and then deflating that balloon on exhale. We'll slowly come back through to center on in-breath. And exhale as you slide over to the left. Arm overhead, maybe that left arm relaxes on the leg, or maybe it's straight. Maybe your arm is supported by the ground. So finding what is most comfortable for you. Moving the neck. Breathing through the rib cage as you open that top shoulder towards the wall behind you, so the whole chest is open and flat if possible. And on in-breath, we'll slowly come back to center. We'll take another deep in-breath, lifting up. Good. Exhale, slowly hinge forward just an inch or two. Pause here and relax the palms down. And so it's really easy to try to reach with your mind or to reach with your ego mind. So what that looks like is that you're reaching with the chin or you're rounding through the shoulders. Rather allow your body to unfold naturally in this pose. So that takes a lot of patience and ease. It takes a place of being okay with where we are in this moment, which is the key to reducing anxiety. So allowing your body to be where it is. If you need coaxing or movement, you can slowly start to rock the upper body from side to side as you coax your way forward. We want to try to keep the spine long and straight. So finding the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head as one long vertebrae, or all the vertebrae are stacked. When you feel really challenged here, there's a place to move gently, and there's also a place to find stillness. I want you to determine which one is best for you in each moment. Too much of either is out of balance. So you want to find a mix of stillness, a mix of movement. Softening the toes. As you inhale, feel your breath expanding down into the pelvis and into the earth. And as you exhale, draw that energy and breath from the earth all the way in and up to the pelvis and into the belly. So as you imagine your breath expanding down and out into the ground, maybe in the form of a golden light. If you can use your creative imagination here. And then as you exhale, you draw it in and up the base of the spine. Inhale, expand down and out. Exhale, draw it in and up. You're welcome to use your hand motion to animate that breath, just as I'm doing here. Inhale, we expand down and out into the ground. Exhale, we draw the ground in and up through the pelvis and into the belly. A few more rounds. And as you're ready, we'll gently start to pick the knees up and close the legs. Let's go ahead and extend both legs forward, toes facing the sky. If you need, you can grab a block or even a blanket to place underneath your knees if this strains your joints at all. So forward folds, anytime we draw our chest forward, just like we did with the legs wide, that can be very calming to our nervous system, very calming to our mind, to our body. It grounds our energy. So as we're folding forward, you will have an opportunity in this pose just to collapse completely. But for now, let's try to keep that tall spine. Drawing shoulder blades together, reaching forward through the belly button. So remembering that there's no goal, there's no goal to be at right now. The goal is to be where you are. So even if that means that you hinge forward just a little inch or two, or maybe even a centimeter, as you keep the integrity of the spine, that is enough. So I'm going to draw myself this way so you can see the flat spine, okay? So you can reach for your knees, you can reach for your calves, for your ankles, even your feet. Making sure that the back of the neck is long and that the chin is drawn in. So you want to pretend that you're trying to hold a softball underneath the chin. Gazing down at the shins. We're going to pause here for about 5 to 7 breaths. Really expanding the breath through the belly. So I want you to feel the belly expanding as it grazes the thighs on in breath. And then the belly gently draws in on exhale. Let the belly relax and loosen on in breath, blowing it up, feeling it graze the tops of the thighs. Exhale, draw it in. One more in-breath, lift up through the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. In-breath, 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 and then exhale as you collapse everything. So allow the spine to round, allow the toes to splay open if that's what your body wants to do. Allow the head to drop. And just notice the sensations that you feel in the body. For me, right now my right foot is tingling. My spine feels like a nice stretch here, but the lower back is a little tight. So tune into what sensations your body is telling you in this moment and see if you can just allow yourself to be present with those sensations. Allowing that to be enough. And the more present we become with these sensations and with ourselves, perhaps the more the body will unfold because it's safe to be here. So invite your body to unfold another centimeter, a little bit more at a time. Noticing what your mind does. Where does your mind go when the body feels challenged? Does it want to run? Does it want to distract itself? Does it want to avoid? Does it want stimulation? All these things our mind does when we come to a place of challenge. But remembering that it's through the challenge that can be the juicy part, right? So that can be the part where we're able to dive into ourselves and to strengthen our capacity for challenging times, to strengthen our capacity to stay calm and to ground ourselves, what we need most during challenging times. So allow your physical yoga challenge, these stretches, these poses, your resistance to be your practice. On our inhale, slowly roll back up to center. Point and flex through the feet. Good. Okay. So we'll find our way to our seat once again. And let's just simply bring the soles of the feet together. Knees are going to butterfly open. If this is too much for you, you can press the feet forward. And if you want a little bit more sensation, you can draw the feet in. And we're going to bring our palms to the tops of the ankles. And we're going to go through a few seated cat-cows before we go deeper into our pose. So you want to strengthen the arms. The palms are gripping the tops of the ankles. Arms are strong. We're going to take an inhale as we pull the elbows back and lift the chest upward. Deep in breath. Feel the chest rise and expand. And as you exhale, we're going to round. So your arms are holding the tension here. Chin to chest, curl the pelvis forward. If you need to rock from side to side, you're welcome to do that. In breath, we arch, elbows back and in, chest up. Exhale, round it out. Finding your own rhythm. We'll come back through to center on in breath. Exhale, use the strength of the arms to draw the chest forward. Most of us are going to feel this a little bit more in the lower back and in the inner thighs and the hips. Pause here for a moment. Soften your shoulders, soften the neck and face. Lift the heart, although you're leaning forward, making sure that the heart remains open and soft. Gentle rocking from one side to the next can intensify the sensation on either side of the body. And we'll slowly come back to center. Okay. So movement. Keep moving your body. Keep stretching. Keep breathing. It's really important because our body is a storehouse for our entire life, not just in this moment, but our entire life worth of memory, worth of emotion, worth of thoughts, worth of trauma, and also worth of joy. So remembering that our body needs to be, can be a vessel to reduce anxiety, to help you find that place of calm, that place of peace that does reside in us all. We just oftentimes forget how to access it, or we forget that it's even there. So just exercising that muscle to deepen your relationship with that place inside of you that, I promise you, is there, just sometimes needs to be uncovered. So in closing, we'll do just about 2 minutes of nostril breathing. And so this specific type of pranayama is it's designed to calm the nervous system. So it's a hatha yoga practice which is designed to kind of more stimulate the yin part of our being, the yin, the calm, the relaxed part of our nervous system. The yang is very important, the activation, but during this time, because of this nature of this video, we're going to really stimulate the yin side, the place that is calm and soothing. So you'll use your dominant hand, whichever hand that is, bringing the first 2 fingers, your first finger and your middle finger, to your space between your eyebrows, your third eye. You'll bring the outer 2 fingers to one nostril and the other thumb to the opposite. We'll plug through the right nostril, inhaling through the left up to the count of 3, 4, or 5, pausing at the peak of that inhale. Plug the left nostril and exhale out of the right, counting backwards from that number to 1. You find your own number. Plug the right, inhaling only for this exercise through the left up to 4, 5, or 6. Pausing at the peak. Exhaling out of the right, counting backwards from that number to 1. Inhaling through the left as you plug the right. Pausing your awareness at the peak, pausing your awareness in the third eye or in the center of the brain. Exhaling out of the right as you count backwards from that number to 1. Just a few more. In-breath through the left. Pause at the peak for 2 to 3 rounds of seconds, or 2 to 3 seconds. And then exhaling out of the right, counting backwards from that number to 1. Inhale left. Pause. And exhale right. Pause the breath at the end of the exhale as you release the palm down. Allow the breath to regulate in its own pattern. even allowing the breath to breathe without any conscious effort on your part. Just as your heart beats without your mind's effort, we allow the breath to do the same. Bringing your awareness into the earth and into the base of the spine. Feeling a sense of lightness and expansion from the crown of the head up and around you. And then grounding your awareness at the place where those two spaces meet within our own energetic and physical being, which is right in the center of the heart. As we close our practice, we'll bring our awareness, we'll bring palms to the heart, connecting to the place within us that is and that has the capacity to be that infinite ocean of calm and of peace among uncertainty. We bow to the place of this common thread that connects all living things. Namaste. Thank you for being here. You can feel free to reach out to me if you would like a one-on-one yoga and energy balancing session. I can do distant energy healing or Reiki as well. I'm offering 30-minute sessions for $25. So if that speaks to you, Access Elite will be able to provide my information. Thank you so much.